Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime!
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. What's good, fam? Hey, listen, man, first off, let me welcome everybody to the channel. And if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. Errol Spence Jr., man, just had a hard-earned victory this past Saturday night versus Showtime Shawn Porter, man, in what I think was the fight of the year. Definitely top two. You could say Julian Williams, Jared Hurd fight, Lipinets Peterson, you know what I'm saying, Thurman, Pacquiao. I think this fight, Spence and Porter, eclipses all of them, man. It was action-packed. It was back and forth action. You know, people were wondering who won that round, who won this round. You understand what I'm saying? There was no domination in this fight. But I want to talk about the fans of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. The two fighters, their names are going to be intertwined until they fight each other, man. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand why a fan of one fighter has to bash the other fighter, has to call into question the other fighter's resume. Who has he fought? What has he done? He's trash. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. Simply because he likes one fighter. Errol Spence is a great fighter. Terence Crawford is a great fighter. You understand what I'm saying? Both guys are where they at in the sport of boxing because of what they accomplished. Terence Crawford, a multi-weight division champion, unified, undisputed champion at 140, came up to welterweight, won the WBO welterweight title in his first fight against Jeff Horn. Errol Spence Jr., you know, first fight was aired. His debut was aired on Showtime, man. He's been fighting on TV every single time out, man, and he has not disappointed. You understand what I'm saying? Errol Spence Jr. made his bones. He got his, he got his buzz going by sparring Floyd Mayweather, man, and giving Floyd Mayweather that tough work, as Floyd said himself. You know, Errol Spence has mowed everybody down up until this point that he has came across. You understand what I'm saying? People say, you know, he hasn't fought anybody. You know, Shawn Porter will be his toughest test, which proved to be. Shawn Porter was his toughest test. Shawn Porter is an elite welterweight. We all knew this. Every fight that Shawn Porter has fought has been tough. Nobody, and I do mean nobody, has dominated Showtime Shawn Porter. Why? Because he's an elite fighter who has hell of a heart and he wants to win. You understand? So Errol Spence Jr. going in there, going life and death with Shawn Porter is not a knock on Errol Spence. Errol Spence doesn't lose any stock from the way the fight played out. No. If anybody thought Shawn Porter was just going to hand over his belts and lay down for Errol Spence, you don't know boxing, and you should get the hell out of there, or you should pay more attention to channels like Big Faces Worldwide, who's going to tell you what's going on in the sport, man. I told you on the build up to this thing, man, put some respect on Shawn Porter's name. I told you guys, Shawn Porter was a rough, tough guy. Although, you know, I did think Spence had the skills to stop Shawn Porter late. That did not happen, man. Although he did drop him late, he did hurt him late, he was not able to get Shawn Porter out of there, man. Shawn Porter was just on a different planet Saturday night, man. He was, you know, he was ready to lay his life on the line, man. He did not want to lose. He was not going to be denied. You understand what I'm saying? I think that Terence Crawford, you know, a lot of people keep saying he's not fighting anybody. You know, he should fight somebody. Tell him to fight somebody. Tell him to fight somebody. That's all I keep hearing. Tell Terence Crawford to fight somebody. How is the guy going to try to fight to fight somebody when these guys won't fight him? They won't fight him. It's not his fault. They won't fight him. And people keep talking about, well, he's the dummy that signed the contract with Bob Arum. If you guys remember, before Terence Crawford signed that deal, Bud Crawford and Bomac, they were assured by Top Rank, Bob Arum, Todd the Buff. You know, they were assured by those people over there at Top Rank that the fights between the PBC and the other top welterweights, that it would be no problem with making those fights. They were assured that. You understand what I'm saying? Go back and look it up, man. Go back and do your research. They were assured that. And that's one of the reasons why he signed back with Top Rank, because Bob Arum assured them that there would be no issue with making these fights, you know? Now, whether or not Bob Arum is really trying to make the fight with Spence, make the fight with the PBC guys or not, I don't know. But I do know that he's out in the public saying that he wants to make these fights. You know, Terence Crawford is out in the public saying he wants to fight the other guys with the belts. Brian McIntyre is out in the public saying that he wants to fight these guys with the belts. You understand what I'm saying? And I love Errol Spence. I love what he's done. I love his fighting style. You understand? But it does not seem to be on Errol Spence's priority list to fight Terence Bud Crawford. It just doesn't. You know, you heard it the other night. He said, you know, he brought up pay-per-view sales. We're not talking about pay-per-view sales. You know, he talking about he only sold 100,000. I'm not thinking about Bud right now. What do you mean? You just said Sean Porter couldn't sell out a family dinner, but you went and fought him. So you're contradicting yourself, Errol Spence Jr., who I think is a beast, who I think is a monster, who I think is not afraid of Terence Bud Crawford, but for some reason, he does not keep that same energy when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford. He just doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? When they met up in that hallway, the infamous video that was going around last year, you know, and he said, why would he take the hard road when he can take the easy road? You know, it's easier to make the Sean Porter fights, the Danny Garcia fights, the Keith Thurman fights. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what he did. He made the Sean Porter fight, and he found out that, you know, that wasn't such an easy road. That wasn't no gold at the end of that road. You know what I'm saying? Although he did win the fight, you know, but it was a hard, tough fight that, you know, that brought on a lot of criticism. He received a lot of criticism for not knocking out Mikey Garcia, you know, and he put a lot of pressure on himself, you know, saying that he was going to knock out Sean Porter, and which produced the type of fight that he was in. You know, he was in a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? They was scratching, it was turning. You know, man, I think that Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, I think they need to fight. You know, and now that Errol Spence has come out with the post on Instagram saying that he wants to run it back with Sean Porter, which I think is a good thing. I think is a good thing. If there's any doubt, run it back, you know. And I think this time around, Errol Spence will fight a different fight. My last video, I talked about how Floyd Mayweather, you know, knew what tools to bring to what job. In other words, he knew which fighting style to use with each fighter. You know, Errol Spence showed in the Mikey Garcia fight that he can move, that he can stick to the jab, that he can stay focused for 12 rounds and stick to the game plan. Had he used that style against Sean Porter, I think it would have made for an easier fight. You know, I think Sean Porter, I think Errol Spence would have won more convincingly. I think, you know, he would have took less punishment than he did. And I think if the rematch is to happen, I think that you guys will get to see exactly what I'm talking about. I think Errol Spence will be more precise with what he's doing. He would fight similar to what he to the way he fought Mikey Garcia, and I think that he'll be able to adapt and then make changes and get another victory, which will kill the criticism, which will kill the controversy after this fight here. You understand what I'm saying? But listen, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know, you can catch me on Twitter, you can catch me on Instagram at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. We talk that boxing, man. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a shooter straight. I'm a straight shooter. Ain't no gray areas. It's black or white on Big Faces Worldwide. But in the meantime and in between time, stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holler back.